Right, it is time for some TV musings. Woohoo! Hey everyone, it is Shannon, and I'm super excited to be here today and to share with you this video on new TV shows that are starting in January 2021. I really like doing TV musings. I used to do these all of the time, and I stopped at some point. Who knows why? I guess how I watch TV stopped at some point, but now I'm sort of back to watching a fair amount on antenna, which is how I tend to watch TV when it's new TV. So I watch stuff live. I also watch stuff streaming, of course, and through apps after the fact, if I miss a broadcast, which does tend to happen. But I do find that my TV schedule, it tends to be, like, what I tend to watch is dependent on the TV schedule, dependent on what's on live, and I tend to pick one show per time slot, and see where things go from there, and some things stick and some things don't. But I always like giving new shows a chance, and even when I don't know a lot about them, I just, you never know what's going to be your new favorite. So I think I've picked 6 shows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like 6 shows from a variety of different genres. I think I got a good variety. The first one is a bit of a challenge though, because I don't know where or when it will be available on Canadian television, but because it's been such a long time coming, I thought I would mention it, and that is The Watch, which is based on the Discworld series by Terry Pratchett. I haven't read them yet. I know that they're a big favorite. This is one of the book series that I am so intimidated to try, just because it has so much love. I'm like, I think if I read it, I'll do it as a secret read, and I don't know. Anyway, and also people find it funny, and whenever people find things funny, like a book series, I almost never like it, and it's always quite painful. But now that I know that, maybe I'll be able to be more distanced from that. Anyway, this is going to be starting on January 3rd on BBC America, but I do not know where it or if it will be airing on Canadian television, so I'm going to keep my eye out for that. It probably will be premium TV, like whether that means Showcase or Crave, I don't know. I do find this sort of shows that are higher, because this is a fantasy world, but The Watch, I think, refers to maybe I'm not sure, actually. I don't know anything about it. I don't want to spoil it for anyone inadvertently, so I saw one image, I was like, oh, but I don't know if that's what it is. I don't know. Anyway, so if you're in the States, BBC America on January 3rd. For us Canadians, I don't know where BBC America stuff shows up. Sometimes, this would show up on Space, which has now been rebranded, I think, as CTV Sci-Fi, or Showcase or Crave would be the likely places for it to show up. So we will have to keep our eye out for that. I don't have access to any of those, so it's probably going to have to wait until it's on a streaming service or available for purchase for me to watch it. I tend to watch, actually, book to TV adaptations I tend to watch first, so maybe I should watch it before trying to read it. Maybe. All right, next up we have a comedy called Call Me Kat, and this is going to be on Fox starting January 3rd as well, and it centers on a 39-year-old woman, a single woman, who takes the money her parents saved for her wedding and uses it to open up a cat cafe. And I'm like, that actually sounds really funny. This is actually a remake of the British sitcom Miranda, and it stars, I'm not sure how to pronounce her name, Mayim Bialik, and she's the lead for the show, and this is going to be on Fox. I don't tend to watch a lot of comedies, but I think that premise sounds really, really funny. And you never know when shows are being reduced, especially comedies. I don't know. To be honest, I'm going to give it a shot because it sounds funny, and we'll see how things go. I like having a comedy in the mix, but honestly, I very rarely watch any half-hour shows. Maybe it'll make the cut. Maybe it won't. We shall see. Next up, we have The Masked Dancer. Okay, so this is, I think, what it looks like on the tin. So this is starting on January 6th on Fox. It's going to be hosted by Craig Robinson, who played Daryl on The Office. And the panelists are Ken Jeong, Paula Abdul, Brian Austin Green, and Ashley Tisdale they're going to be the panelists. So they're panelists, not judges. So this, I think, is a similar idea to The Masked Singer, which I watched a couple of years ago. It was made it part of my TV vlog one year. I had no idea what it was going to be about, and I'm like, this is just out there, and it really is. But it's basically, I think from my interpretation is that it features, oh, this is Sunday the 27th. Huh. So maybe it starts on Sunday the 27th. I have the January 6th, so maybe it starts before the new year. Anyway, as always, check your local listings. I'll leave some resources down below for what I use, but as I said, I watch over Antenna, and I'm in Toronto, so that's it could be different where you are. But yeah, so anyway, but this is going to be on Fox, and I think the premise is similar to The Masked Singer, where people perform, but they're wearing masks, so you don't know who they are, and then the judges decide, and I think they also try and guess who they might be. And I can't remember kind of how I only watched one episode of The Masked Singer, so I can't remember kind of like how it progresses. But I think they do pick their favorite, and then I think the person who was not picked reveals who they are. I think that's how it works. And then people come back and they have several performances. So I think given all the things in with COVID, like supporting anyone who's going to wear a mask is a good idea. But I do still find it weird, to be honest, that there are shows that I hope all of the judges or the panelists are very far apart from each other. Some of the shows definitely seem to be definitely taking all of that very seriously, which is good, or with dramas incorporating it into the stories, or the storylines. But I do I am a little surprised that given everything, there are new shows being produced. How do you feel about that? Do you think we should wait? Or I don't know. I know in Canada's, I know I've noticed on American television, there's been some Canadian shows that have popped up that have been airing there for the first time, which is actually great. And also here as well, we've had some stuff broadcasted that is, was aired previously internationally and then now aired in Canada. And I think that's been a good thing to sort of get through this time as well. So, yeah, I didn't mean to go there. Sorry. Life, you gotta roll with it. So next up we have another one on Fox on January 6th, and that is Name That Tune is getting a redux, and this is going to be, or a revival, apparently, according to this article. And this is going to be hosted by, Jan Krasowski, who's from 30 Rock. I don't tend to watch comedies, so I'm not sure. She's also a Tony winner, which is awesome, from her performance in 9. Apparently this is being, the redux of Name That Tune is being filmed in Australia with expats as the contestants, which is an interesting way to go. Again, I'm surprised there's travel during this time. Who knows when it was filmed, though, to be honest. We are getting shows that were previously produced or previously partially produced, so... But that is actually, another thing about that is pretty surprising to do that. But I don't know the details. I don't know when they filmed it. I just, with all of these shows, I hope they took really good measures for all of this, because it's really serious. And as much as I love television, I think people being safe is more important. So I hope everyone followed good protocols and all of that, so, because it's important. So, okay, PSA off. Next up, as I mentioned before, a Canadian show, so I'm including this even though it's already broadcasted here in Canada, but I was thrilled to see it get picked up by the CW of all stations. The CW is definitely one of the stations I watch the most and has some of my favorite shows over the year, but they picked up Trickster, which is awesome. So this is a Canadian show. It is based on the Eden Robinson novel, Son of a Trickster, and it stars an Indigenous teen as the lead, and starts to notice some magical things, unusual things start to happen. So this sort of has a urban fantasy flavor to it, connection with myth. And I think, and I haven't read the book, again, I haven't read the book, but in this one I did start watching it. I watched the first episode, and there were some familiar faces if you watch other Canadian shows, like from Little Dog. I was really excited to see that. Anyway, but I watched the first episode, but I didn't keep on with it. I had a time conflict for like a real life thing, and I always meant to catch up with it on CBC Gem, which is still available to stream on CBC Gem if you're Canadian. But I was thrilled to see it got picked up on the CW, so I'm definitely going to watch it when it's on the CW to support the show, as well as just mostly to support the show and also to finish off the season because I only saw the first of the 6 episodes. So let me know, have you read Son of a Trickster and or watched Trickster? I am really looking forward to getting back to the series and seeing where it goes. Who knows, I might get impatient and just watch it before it airs on the CW. So anyway, it's exciting to see a Canadian show on there. I know they also picked up Coroner and Burden of Truth are both also Canadian shows that air on the CW. All right, let's keep going. I think is this the last one? No, it is not. So this is another one. So Miss Scarlet and the Duke. This one is starting, did I say when Son of a Trickster was? Son of a Trickster starts January 12th. I got so excited about the show, I forgot. It starts January 12th on the CW. I will leave a list with the release dates as well as the stations down below for you to check out. And then, okay, yes, Miss Scarlet and the Duke. So this is actually going to be airing on PBS as of January 17th. It's a British period mystery drama, which probably is very clear from this, at least the period piece. And it centers on a woman who wants to continue her father's detective agency, but given the time period, she needs a male partner because of all of the legalese and prejudices and, because they haven't gotten up with the times yet. So she recruits someone to be a co-worker, colleague to do so. It stars Kate Phillips and Stuart Martin. It has already been renewed for season 2. And I'm curious about this one. I don't tend to watch a lot of period pieces. I get really frustrated with things exactly like this, when there isn't equality. But, it depends on how it's taken. It depends on how it's shown. Obviously, this is built into the premise of the show, so hopefully it shows, what am I trying to say? I don't know. Hopefully it shows that, not having equality is a bad thing. Or maybe it just has a mystery a week. I am not sure. So this one's actually already been renewed for season 2. I'm curious to watch it. I know it says A&E, so possibly it's already aired on A&E in the States, but this is the first time it's cropped up on my radar, and I'm going to give it a shot. I don't tend to watch a lot on PBS, but they do have a lot of British stuff for sure, whether it's series or specials, so I'm curious to see what Miss Scarlet and the Duke is all about. Let me know if you have already watched it, if it was already available. It did air in the UK, as I understand. So it has already been out there, but now it's available here, which is exciting. Or it will be as of January 17th. And then January 21st, the show that I am, probably the most excited about because, I'm already heartbroken about Supernatural. And we have Walker. Oh, that really doesn't, we really don't get a lot of that. Anyway, Walker, it stars Jared Padalecki, who was Sam Winchester on Supernatural, and it's on the CW. This will be January 21st when it begins. This is a reboot of Walker, Texas Ranger, the 90s TV show that starred Chuck Norris. The new version has Jared Padalecki in it. It also has Genevieve Padalecki, who plays his wife, and she is his wife in real life. And then it also has Mitch Pileggi, is that how you pronounce it? Who played Skinner on X-Files, which is interesting. I'm really curious about that. I really, like that actor, and of course love the character of Skinner from X-Files. And from the very brief teasers that I've seen on TV for this one, it looks like the conflict between choices at work and choices at home or family, but then not wanting to potentially make those choices or choosing not to choose between. That was from the 30-second graphics trailer. That's what I got from it when I saw it. I'm sure they aired it during the Supernatural finale, for which I was a mess because after 15 years, who wouldn't be? So there you go. Those are the 6 shows that I am looking forward to trying out in January. Are you going to try any of those out? I know it's a total mixed bag. We have game shows like Name That Tune. I talked about Name That Tune, but I didn't talk about the premise. Oh my gosh. So if you don't know the premise of Name That Tune, it's a game show where they play the beginning of the song and you try and guess the song. So in some ways that could be a very safe choice depending on how they situate everyone in terms of these days. And also that can be a great game to play like online with your friends, just pick songs and see if they can guess them and like do it through Zoom or whatever. So anyway, I can't believe I totally skipped over the premise of that one. Let me know, out of these 6, which ones are you interested in? So we have The Watch, which is the Discworld one. We have Call Me Cat, which is the woman opening the cat cafe. The Masked Dancer, where people dance in masks, and it's a game show or a competition, reality competition show. Name That Tune, where you guess the song. Trickster. Oh, we have 7. Do we have 7? I think that's 7. Trickster, which is the Canadian urban fantasy type show, and Miss Scarlet and the Duke, which is period crime mystery, and Walker, which is, I guess, a Western. I'm not sure, actually, because I haven't seen much about it. I don't know what tone they're going to take with that, or if it's going to be something to solve every week, or if he helps people. I didn't watch the Chuck Norris show, but I saw it occasionally. It's on Grit, I think. So I see it occasionally on TV, but I haven't actually like watched an episode start to finish. But it feels more like a contemporary Western, like Justified, or oh, what was the other one? Longmire, of course, which both shows I loved. And they seem so, like, I don't tend to watch a lot of law type shows, but both of those I really love. So, of course, I'm going to check it out. All right, so let me know which of those that you are most excited about, or have you seen some of these, because I know at least Miss Scarlet and the Duke has already aired. And yeah, let me know what you're watching, and we'll talk some TV. Thanks so much for watching.